In the Olympic year of 1976, a young Romanian named Nadia Comaneci began to dominate the international gymnastics scene at the American Cup. She scored a perfect 10 in the floor exercises. In the Olympic year of 1984, Mary Lou Retton of the United States is following those same footsteps. She scored a perfect 10 in the floor exercises in the preliminaries of the American Cup. Ironically, Mary Lou is coached by Bela Karolyi, who also coached Comaneci, and we asked him to compare the two.
Both of them are great competitors. Both of them, they have, you know, that killing instinct. Go for it, do it for, you know, going through everything, and they can really exclude everything, just, you know, their routines and, you know, their goal to win.
And Mary Lou will be going to win as she attempts to defend her title in the Women's Championship of the American Cup. Today on ABC's Wide World of Sports. This is Madison Square Garden in New York City, where we're about to see the women's competition in the American Cup. A group of the finest women gymnasts from all over the world gathering for one of the last meets before they'll all get together in Los Angeles for the Summer Olympic Games. Now, this is an all-around competition, which means that the eventual winner will be determined by taking the scores of each apparatus and adding them together. Our expert commentator for ABC in this event, one of the finest women gymnasts ever produced in the United States, Kathy Rigby.
And the rules of this competition are only 2 from each country maximum can qualify for the all-around finals. Now, qualifying for the United States, 1 and 2, as a matter of fact, Mary Lou Retton, defending American Cup champion, and Julianne McNamara, winner of the American Cup in 1981 and 82. This is a great opportunity for these gymnasts to once again prove that they are contenders for gold medals at the Olympics. The crowd has been behind them, and it should be a very exciting meet. You're going to see some exciting routines.
And we're sorry to announce the last-minute defection of the East Germans and the Soviet Union. The East Germans sent a telegram begging off because of illness, and the Soviet Union sent a telegram saying they wouldn't come because of security reasons. Well, Mary Lou Retton is not bothered by all of that. She's gotten off to a tremendous start here in defense of her title with this vault.
She's really the picture of perfection on this apparatus. Perfect position in the air. Look at the distance from the horse to the mat, and no steps on the landing.
And a big hug from her coach, Bela Karolyi.
And this really is the event Mary Lou could do very well at during the Olympics. And as you can see, she got a perfect 10. This woman is capable of anything on this apparatus. You see how perfect she is in the air. She gets a great punch off here. Good position in the air, no breaks in the legs, and a great landing.
And the standings after the first round, Mary Lou Retton and Julianne McNamara of the United States running first and second ahead of Katina and Topolova. And now they move to the uneven parallel bars. This is Silvia Topolova of Bulgaria, the captain of the Bulgarian team.
Bulgaria is another country that could give the United States a run for their money in the team competition at the Olympics. So far, she's moving extremely well. Vault over the high bar. Under swing, drop to the low bar, right into a clear hip. Regress the high bar. Extremely well. No break so far. Another vault. She really has quite a few release moves. Over and under the bars, one of the requirements. Kip to the high bar now. Toe on, front with a half twist. Little separation in the legs there.
Silvia Topolova of Bulgaria. Now let's take another look, Kathy.
Okay, very few breaks in her routine. However, there was a little bit right here, just a slight separation in the legs, but the judges will not take off too much because they're sitting at a side view, as you can see there. Slight separation. She's moving so quickly, though.
And the mark for Topolova, 9.65. Now at the uneven bars for the United States, Mary Lou Retton.
And after that 10 on the vault, she surely should be psyched for this event. Very powerful reverse hecht over the high bar. She has a move named after her. It's coming up right now. It's a stomach whip right into a front flip. Perfect position. She was having a little trouble in practice right on here. Look at the power. No form breaks. Toe on, front with a half. Right on. Once again.
Mary Lou Retton of the United States nails another one. Bela Karolyi, a coach.
As Nadia she works with the same fluid movement, the same kind of strength. Now let's watch this retin once again. That's what they call it. Now she was overshooting it in practice and going forward, but she was right on there, shoots right to a handstand. Good position, takes lots of risks with her swing movements. She goes all the way. Look at the strength. Toe on, front way above the bar. And once again, a solid landing.
And another solid score, 9-9-5 for Mary Lou Retton in the uneven parallel bars. And we'll return to Madison Square Garden for more of the Women's Championship of the American Cup in a moment. We're at the uneven parallel bars, and this is Julianne McNamara of the United States. Now, Julianne has recently changed from Olympic coach Don Peters to Bela Karolyi, who had trained Nadia Comaneci before he defected from Romania. And Julianne told us the difference of training with a man like Bela.
Well, there are a lot of differences. I think any coach you go to, has different methods, but Bela has us working out shorter hours, I think, but very intensely, and we get a lot done, and we achieve a lot in our workouts.
Intense training for a very intense young lady.
Julianne had a lot of trouble in the World Championships on this event. Let's see if she can get her mental strength back. She starts with a mixed grip, shoot to a handstand. Very strong in this event. Good chance for medal here. Beautiful reverse hack, half twist, drop to the low bar, kip high bar. No break so far. She swings so well. Every move has complete amplitude. Stalter right to the handstand, just what the judges are looking for. Way above the bar on that dismount.
Gorgeous.
Great routine.
Julianne McNamara. And another hug from Bela. His two prize pupils, Mary Lou and Julianne.
Since they are teammates, it's interesting to compare Mary Lou Retton with Julianne. Mary Lou having such brute strength and power, whereas Julianne seems to have such precise timing and swing. And a much longer gymnast as well. There's her reverse hacked over the high bar. Timing is just incredible with this lady. Half twist, full extension here.
And there's the score. A perfect 10 for Julianne McNamara. She closes in on Mary Lou Retton with two young ladies coached by Bela Karolyi. And now we turn our attention to Romania, whom Bela used to coach. They did not send their two best gymnasts here, but here's their third best, Laura Cutina.
She's a good contender for making the Romanian team. She's third in the country right now. Reverse heck right here. Not as high as Agaki and Szabo, but you can bet she's going to add strength to the Romanian team at the Olympics. Handstand right there. Not moving particularly fast, but smooth. Right into a Delchev, now on the low bar. Little flat on that swing. Very tiny gymnast. Slight break in the legs there. Now the giant. Double flyaway. Almost overspun there. This is a good time for Laura to continue to get that international experience. Every time she can compete internationally, it's well worth her while. Now you can see that some of her moves are not completed to the fullest, and if she's going to be a contender for medals at the Olympics, she's going to have to work on that a little bit. You see legs slightly separated there, but all the difficulties there.
And there's the mark, 9.75 for Laura Cutina. And the standings now after round two, Mary Lou Retton, Julianne McNamara, and Laura Cutina. We'll be back for the balance beam and the floor exercises, the final two apparati. We're back in Madison Square Garden for the Women's Championship of the American Cup, and two Americans are leading in this international meet after the first two apparati. Mary Lou Retton and Julianne McNamara, with Laura Cutina of Romania in third place. The balance beam and Mary Lou Retton.
And since there's only a difference of 0.15 between Mary Lou and Julianne, you can bet that things are tense right about now for both gymnasts. This is an event that can make or break you, as all these gymnasts know. Handstand right to a back flip, slight bobble there. Mary Lou does work a little stiff right now. Lots of concentration and double scissor leap there. One right after the other. Mary Lou, obviously very athletic. Good acrobatic movements. This is her front flip. Right on.
No, it wasn't.
Very secure. Make the difficult tricks and have little bobbles on the easy one. That seems to be what happens many times. Back tuck, right on there. Mary Lou has come such a long way on this apparatus. She used to fall at least 2 times in a lot of the big meets, and she has learned to concentrate. Body wave. Getting prepared for a dismount now. Round off, double back. Right on. Very nice.
And the crowd loves it. Mary Lou Retton. And so does her coach, Bela Caroli. And Julianne McNamara gives her congratulations.
And even though they're tough competitors, that little bit of encouragement is always helpful. Watch the power once again. We keep talking about it with Mary Lou. It's right there. Round off, double back, right on.
And here is the score for Mary Lou Retton, 9.80 on the balance beam. Her teammate, Julianne McNamara, coming up and will return in just a moment. This is Mary Lou Retton, who is currently leading this competition. She has just finished the balance beam. Julianne McNamara will be next. Both, as you know, are coached by Bela Caroli, and Kathy talked with him earlier.
Mary Lou Retton, Julianne McNamara, is the world ready for the Americans to win gold medals at an Olympics?
Yeah, I think it is obvious. Maybe to this today competition, if somebody say, well, the Russian were not here, or the Germans, it doesn't matter. I tell you honestly, Julianne and Mary Lou, they are #1 and 2 gymnasts of our country, and I'm positive they are one of the best gymnasts in the world. We already proven Mary Lou have beaten the Russians all year long in 1983, just winning, you know, the pre-Olympics game with 3 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. I think it's pretty conclusive. And ending the year 83 with another great competition in Japan, where she beat the new world champions. Unfortunately, she could not be on the world championships, but she beat all the world champions, plus the biggest hopeful of the Russians, the Soviet Shushunova, who is #1 and the winner of the Soviet Spartakiad and the Soviet Cup. So I think it's pretty conclusive. And when I'm telling this thing, I'm based, you know, on my experience, and I'm based, you know, on, and I believe in these kids, and they're gonna make great.
Well, Bela might be considered prejudiced since he coaches Mary Lou and Julianne, but these 2 young ladies are kind of making him look very good, aren't they, Kathy?
I think that he has a great deal of ability when it comes to motivating these gymnasts and to make them think positive when they get up on this apparatus. And Julianne's no exception. She did have trouble in the preliminary round. She fell off on a jump split. Let's see if she can handle it here. There's her one arm.
9.95 to tie for the lead is what Julianne needs here.
And that means no breaks, no bobbles, and all those acrobatic elements there. Here's her gainer layout. Up. That's about 2 to 3/10 of a point right there. So that 9.95 should be out.
Yes.
Watch this planche. Back hip circle. Here it is. This is the move that she had trouble on in the preliminaries. Let's see if she can make it. Shoulders, hips right over that beam. Oh, big mistake. She does get 2/10 of a point for extra risk there, but the 5/10 is going to not do her any good here. And her cartwheel, full twist. Hopefully by the time of the Olympics she can get that together a little bit more.
Julianne McNamara. little disappointed and frustrated, perhaps.
You can see why this event can really make or break you. Even the slightest miscalculation and you're off. You can't even tell in the beginning of this gainer that she's off at all until she bobbles there. And the same on this straddle jump. Her shoulders, hips, and feet should be right in line. She's off just slightly, overcompensates, and just can't hold on to it.
9.30.
for Julianne McNamara. Great disappointment and puts second place in jeopardy. Now from Romania, this is Laura Quitlina, 16 years old.
And she does want to catch up with Julianne, and this is the event where she can do it. She starts out a round off right into a back handspring. Not one wobble. Very tiny gymnast, as we mentioned.
70 pounds.
That's not much. Split leap. Third best from Romania. Two back handsprings, or one back handspring right into a layout. She doesn't look nervous at all. Very secure. One of the requirements. Full turn. You can bet the Romanians are going to have a lot of depth on their team with gymnasts like this.
She needs a 9.70 to tie Julianne for second place.
And so far, she looks like she's got it. Aerial walkover, no major breaks at all. And even a little expression. Here's her dismount coming up. Scissor leap. Oops, not quite yet. Those leaps lack a little bit of height and should have complete flexibility in the middle. Now her dismount. You can see she's pausing just a little bit. You can't pause more than 2 seconds, though. Round off, double back. There it is. Slight step there on the ending.
Laura Quitlina of Romania, fighting for second place.
It's fun to watch these young gymnasts who are just starting out in international competition. They are so aggressive. They are not tentative. In fact, they're taken aback a little bit if they do make a mistake. And here's a round off double back. Good position in the air. Little step there, but not too bad.
Here are her marks, 9.65, and that will keep Julianne McNamara in second place, but only by 5/100ths of a point. When we come back, we'll have the final apparatus, the floor exercise, to see if Mary Lou Retton can win it all, and if Julianne McNamara can hold on to second place. We're back at Madison Square Garden in New York for the Women's Championship of the American Cup. And the standings after 3 apparati, Mary Lou Retton of the United States, Julianne McNamara in second place, but just barely over Laura Quitlina of Romania. And here is the leader and the defending champion. And earlier, Kathy Rigby had a chance to talk with her.
Now, you were injured in the World Championships and didn't have an opportunity to compete there. Do you think that's going to in any way be a hindrance going into the Olympics?
That was a big disappointment for me because I was really looking forward to, because I've never been in a World Championships or, you know, competition that big. But it might and it might not, because I've seen most of the judges, and most of the judges internationals have judged me and they've seen me. But I'm just shooting for 84 right now. That's the main goal.
How are you preparing mentally?
The mental part comes with the physical part. If you're prepared physically, you know, you're going to go in there confident. You have to have the self-confidence. That's so important.
United States of America, Mary Lou.
Well, Mary Lou certainly seems physically and mentally fit today, Kathy.
Absolutely, and if she's worried at all about not being seen with the rest of the people in the world, they are scared of her. They know that there's a possibility, not only a medal in the floor exercise, but the vaulting and maybe the uneven bars and balance beam. This lady is tough. She's awesome. And watch this opening run. A double layout. The only one in the competition to do this move. Right on. Excellent. Oh, another Olga.
This is a relatively new routine for Mary Lou, but it's the same one in which she scored a perfect 10 in the preliminary.
Ooh, slight wobble there. Not too bad, though. 2/10 at the most. side aerial. Remember, a 9.4 will win the competition for her. And here's her last tumbling run. Run off flip-flop, double back, solid.
Right on her size 3 feet, Mary Lou Retton.
And she's unhappy, I think, about that one little move. Just to show her difficulty, she does this full-in double back that she had difficulty on as her second run. Most gymnasts do it as their first run, but she did under-rotate just a little bit there. On her last tumbling run, the round-off back handspring double back had no trouble whatsoever. Great strength and endurance. See her timing in the air is just right here. She knows she has to pull it around.
And her mark of 9.75 is enough to clinch the championship for Mary Lou Retton. Her second in a row, she successfully defends the American Cup. And we'll be back for that battle for second place in just a moment. Battling for second place now, Julianne McNamara has a .05 lead over Katina of Romania.
And that's not very much. The pressure's been on Julianne the entire competition, trying to catch up with Mary Lou, then falling on the balance beam. This is a good event for Julianne. She's a very strong tumbler, good dancer, and usually very precise and clean. Right on. Her second run will be a triple twist. Critical move for Julianne. Timing is so important. Oops, way out of bounds there. Julianne's been having trouble in this competition. See if she can hold on to this last tumbling run. Round off flip-flop, double twist, right on. A lot of things to think about before the Olympics in Los Angeles.
Julianne McNamara fighting here for second place.
Let's take another look at that triple twist. It was difficult to see during the actual time she was performing because you cannot see her twisting that fast, but she under-rotates slightly here and steps out. That's at least 0.2 of a point deduction there.
And here's the mark, 9.75 for Julianne McNamara. What do you think of that score?
Well, I think her difficulty level is not up to par, and stepping out on that triple didn't help her at all. But otherwise, I think she was about right on.
Now the young lady from Romania has a great chance for second place, Laura Kutina.
And her tumbling is right there. She's very secure. She starts with a full-in double back. If you watch her style, you'll see it's very much like the young Nadia. Here's that full-in. Right there, a little stumble to the side, but certainly no major break. Stumble there.
She needs a 9.85 to pass Julianne McNamara into second place.
Coming up is a triple twist. That might be a little difficult to do, only because her dance seems to be a little immature and not quite all there. Good triple twist, though. rondo full. Every time that foot comes off the ground, it should be pointed. You can see it's just a little stumbling. The gymnast should also work high on their toes most of the time. And her last tumbling run, round off flip-flop, double back. It's going to be close.
A lot of style, and we'll have to wait for the mark.
And as you can see, Julianne McNamara and Mary Lou Retton waiting anxiously for that score. Let's take another look at Laura's last tumbling run, a round off flip-flop double back. She has all the difficulty in her routine, needs to work on the form slightly. As you can see right there, a little flat with those feet, but good landing.
And here is her mark, 9.9, and that will move her into second place. Here are the final standings. What did you think of that 9.9, Kathy?
Well, I think you have to look at the 9.75 for Julianne. That was a little high, but so was the score for Katina because of the small form breaks.
With me now are Mary Lou Retton and Julianne McNamara. And first of all, congratulations to you, Mary Lou.
Thank you very much.
Must be a very satisfying day for you.
I was very pleased with my performance.
Now, what will you do between now and the Olympics?
Right now I'm gonna go back and polish up and maybe introduce a couple new skills for Olympic Games.
But you seem to be almost at the top of your game right now. Is it going to be hard to keep that peak?
It's gonna be hard, but I think with my coach Bella Caroli, it's gonna be possible.
All right, fine. And Julianne, kind of a mixed day for you. You got a 10 on the uneven and then had a little trouble on the balance beam. What will you do?
Well, I'm pretty pleased with my performance. I moved to Houston to train with Bella 1 month ago this week, and you would never believe I'd been in this good a shape right now. So I'm pretty happy. I had a few mistakes, but I had some good things too.
What happened with you on the balance beam?
It's just one of those things I haven't. This is my first competition since the World Championships last October, so it's been a while and it'll come.
Well, it was thrilling to watch both of you. Thank you very much and good luck, and we'll see you in Los Angeles.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, Kathy Rigby, how about a comment from you on this competition?
I've got to say, what a team, and if they can continue to perform as well, especially Mary Lou, we have some great possibilities for some medal. Also, you've got to consider Julianne just moved around from one team to another just recently, and that's got to play on her mentally. But if she can get it together, if our team can perform like they did today, we have a great chance.
Thank you very much, Kathy Rigby. For Kathy, this is Jack Whitaker saying goodbye from Madison Square Garden.